Here's mid-on. Good strike. One bounce over the rope. He's in the mood.
Great nick too. 16 of just 6. 2 fours and a 1 huge 6. He knew this was not going to turn. He knew the mid-on was up in the circle. Hence he went that way into the gap. A couple of bounces into the fence.
Nicely bowled. It's taking the pace of it.
Similar kind of pace from the previous delivery.
This one going across the globe and multilingual. You can see English, Hindi, Tamil, Telugu, Kannada, Bengali. That's up in the air. Will land safely. The man chasing it, settled for 2. Really is a multilingual telecast. This is going across the globe.
There was so much talk about Abhishek before the game, that how good a player he is. No doubt he is a very fine player, but don't forget Ishan Kishan. Very fast hands, look good. Take the bowlers on. It doesn't matter spin or fast. He dealt with Shaheen really well.
And don't forget, in his last 5 innings, he scored close to 300. He's striking at 225. And he's hit 23 sixes. He's a pocket rocket and in full flow.
I think Tilak Verma's job is to just steady the ship. He'll just look to rotate the strike and give strike back to Kishan.
Good batting. Played with soft hands. Stars to watch out today. Plenty of speed on view. Some explosive batting as well.
Both teams are in good nick before the World Cup. Right to delivery. There's edge. There's a fielder there. Might not reach there. He was lucky. Kishan. 3 overs gone. 25 for 1.
I don't think anybody expected Salman Ali Agha to take the new ball. And so far he's picked up a wicket.
हमारे मोहल्ले में आपका बहुत बहुत स्वागत है.
बहुत शुक्रिया. Please.
अरे आप भी समोसे?
You will love this samosa.
जी हाँ.
One for 10. And now Abrar is coming in, perhaps a little bit earlier than we might have expected. A third spinner inside 5 overs.
He'll bowl a slider, so he's got so many variations, and we'll see if the pitch starts to help him out a little bit.
Well, let's see if there's turn from this end, because we saw a little bit from Saeed Mayoob's end, rather. So let's see if Abrar can extract any from this end. Salman Ali Agha is not exactly a big turner of the ball, so a bit more difficult to tell. He's not wearing his specs, Abrar. That's a thing of the past, which is a shame.
I wonder if he's had laser eye, or he's.
I wonder.
He has had laser eye.
Good for him. In he comes, over the wicket as it's swung away out over deep backward square leg and into the crowd for 6. The vastly populated Indian section that's down there at deep backward square. And I'm trying to see, there is no fielder there. There's one at deep mid-wicket and one at long on. But Ishan Kishan has very deliberately taken that ball behind square, and it has gone into that jubilant crowd. That's a little bit of pad on that. Richard Illingworth, he's a very phlegmatic man. He's staying in our hotel with his wife, and she informed me he was doing this game. We both of us agreed he's kind of perfect for it. Oh, this is dabbed away to short third. They think of a run that isn't there.
In what way?
Well, because she said he never gets. You know, come on, show a bit of emotion.
More.
No, he doesn't. That's not his way. As this is whacked through extra cover for 4. There are 4 characters. 4 characters. 4 characters. There are 4 fielders in the offside ring, as well as a short third. But that ball was too short from Abrar, so Kishan simply had to find the spot, whichever one he wanted, and he chose the one between extra cover and cover, with there being no sweeper out. We're still in the power play, 2 deep fielders at deep mid-wicket long on. Once it gone past those 2, 19-metre gap between them, flew away for 4. 40 for 1, India, having lost a wicket in the very first over. Abhishek Sharma for a 4-ball duck, and now he's coming around the wicket. Abrar, and Kishan comes down the wicket. It's a thick inside edge. It rolls to. It's a short square leg. There's a fielder just in front, square one just behind, so there's time and space to take the run. 41 for 1, and then this is now turning into a good start from India. All of it powered by Ishan Kishan, who has faced 21 of the 29 deliveries so far bowled. Tilak Varma on strike. Last ball of the 5th over. In comes Abrar, tosses it up, pushes it to the offside, thinks of the run. No, it's definitely not there. And so a bit of fielding from Fahim Ashraf prevents any thought of a run. 5 gone, 41 for 1. Ishan Kishan has 36. Tilak Varma has 5, and it's take 2 of this, as I say.
And it make way for
Alex
me.
Harley, give us your thoughts on how the game has been going, and then I shall make way for Atif Nawaz.
Yeah, India with a run rate of 8.2 is going to take just a couple of balls for that run rate to climb to 10s, but I think the spinners haven't. I mean, Abrar in that previous over just bowled outside the leg stump, then outside the off stump. Just couldn't quite get things right. The seamers, obviously, Pakistan don't trust the seamers because the last over of the power play again. I'd see if it's going to be spin.
It is indeed. It's Saim Ayub in for his second over. Went for 5 in his first. He's got a bowl to Kishan. Slightly short and slapped down towards long off for a single. It's been terrific touch. Kishan played a really nice innings against Namibia. 61 there to just guide India across what could have been a banana peel. Got a really attractive 20 as well in the first game against the USA before he was dismissed. So he's in really good touch. This Ishan Kishan sort of goes under the radar a little bit because of all the other stars in this Indian side. Saim in, reverse sweep attempted by Dilek, and he just really sort of awkwardly gets it onto his pads. They manage to get through for a single as the ball trickles to mid-off, but he didn't play that with a lot of control or particularly well, really. There's a lot of milestones in this game. Rinku Singh needs 5 runs to get to 3,500 in T20s. Hardik Pandya needs 22 more for 6,000 T20 runs. Abrar needs 1 more for 50 T20 wickets. It's much better from Saim Ayub. No room for Kishan, who just chops the ball to extra cover, no run. It's already been a pulsating game, and Mohammad Nawaz, 3 more wickets for him would take him to 100 T20 international wickets. So
all the potentials.
Yeah, they're all in play, aren't they? All of them in play. Here's Saim Ayub into Ishan Kishan again, who pulls this ball, doesn't time it, just over the head of Shaheen Afridi at mid-on. And it kicks on off this very quick outfield and goes to the long off boundary for 4. But for a moment, his heart will have been in his mouth. Ishan Kishan didn't get a hold of it, but picks up 4 anyway. 47 for 1 off 5.4.
Well, Tippers, I'm not sure if this was a good effort from Shaheen Shah Afridi or not. It felt like half an effort, to be honest with you. I think he could have got there. I think if it had gone 2 hands, he could have got there.
He had more time than I think he realised because he sort of clothed it, did Kishan. Here's Saim into Kishan, who comes down the track. The ball turns sharply. Kishan watchfully drives to extra cover. They pick up a single. He's got off to a heck of a start here, Ishan Kishan. 42 of 25 deliveries. He's got almost all of India's runs here. India 48 for 1. 1 ball to come in the power play. Started so well for Pakistan that first over. Just 1 run coming off it. And the big wicket of Abhishek Sharma. His second duck of the tournament. Since then, it's been the Ishan Kishan show. It's Tilak Verma on strike now. As Saim Ayub in. Tilak makes a bit of room. Thick outside edge. Goes past the short third fielder, Khwaja Nafi, the substitute fielder who's on. And he's pulled the ball in just inside the boundary sponge, but he might have been making contact. I think they'll take a look at it. The batters have run through for 3. So it's going to be 3 or 4. Either way, India's 50 will be up. They're either going to be 51 for 1 or 52 for 1.
Gosh, that was quick, the outfield there. Absolute lightning. It's going to be 4, that, by the way.
Yeah, it's going to be 52 for 1 after 6 overs. An excellent recovery for India, having lost that wicket in the first over. Largely off the back of Ishan Kishan. Just played some tremendous shots. 5 4s and 2 6s for him. Tilak Verma with that outside edge picked up a boundary as well. It really is an electric atmosphere here in Colombo as the drinks break, the lights are on. We had a musical performance before the match started here as well. Hanuman Kind, the Indian rapper, delighting some of the crowd that were in at the time. There's lots of number on it. How many overs of spin are we going to see from Pakistan?
Well,
today?
I was just going to say, we're going to see loads, aren't we? There's only been one over of seam in that power play there for Shaheen Shah Afridi, and it went for 15. The rest of the overs, yes, a few of them were expensive, but the rest have been all spin. The last 30 balls, India have scored 51 and not lost a wicket. So you would feel that, I just don't know when Shaheen Shah, he hasn't been bowling well.
No, he's not been very impressive in the first two matches. There were calls to have him replaced, but I think the Pakistan sort of brains trust decided that they wanted to go with experience in such a big match atmosphere, the kind of players who've been in this before. Right, the players have had their drink. We're about to resume. India 52 for 1 after 6 overs, and it's going to be Abrar in for his second. Curious to see how Kishan goes out about his business now that the power play is done. He's been timing the ball well of miss-hits. Now long on and long off our back, there's a deep extra cover in place, deep mid-wicket and a deep backward square leg. Abrar in, thick outside edge, past short third, running away towards the boundary, chase on from Shaheen Afridi. He's not going to get there. It's another boundary for Ishan Kishan. Excellent placement there because there were so many fielders in the deep, but knew that third man was up inside the circle and picked his spot. He's on to 46 off 26 balls. India 56 for 1 off 6.1.
Well, the ball just started quite sharply in towards Ishan Kishan, who played that deliberately down to short third.
Abrar into Kishan again, who's smacked this ball straight back down the ground, mid-off, makes a sliding effort, can't get there, but Fahim Ashraf. Ishan Kishan with a lightning quick 50 here at the R.Premadasa Stadium. They're cheering, they're on their feet, the Indian fans, as Kishan raises his bat. He's got to 50 of 27 balls, a strike rate of 185, and he's really put the Pakistanis on a back foot. There's a conflab already taking place. Salman Ali Yaga in discussion with, and one of the other players, I think that's Mohammad Nawaz, who got into a little mini huddle there with Abrar, who's gone for back-to-back boundaries right after the power play. Abrar into Kishan again, flighty delivery, driven three, that's another 4. 3 fours in 3 balls for Ishan Kishan, who's hit balls all round the ground. He went behind the wicket for 1, straight down the ground for another, and through the covers on this occasion. 64 for 1 off 6.3.
Well, before that ball, in his 50, 80% of the runs scored had been bound.
4-3ක් සමගින් ඉන්දියානු කණ්ඩායම ඩොට් බෝලයක් 4-3 සමගින් ඩොට් බෝලයක් එල්ල කළා ගෙට පිළිතුරක් විය අබ්රාර් අහමද්.
Third from Shaheen Afridi, who's gone a little bit straighter, and it's a dot ball. Abrar trying to stop that flood of boundaries coming from Ishan Kishan, who's got a big gold chain on as well. Ishan Kishan sticking out at his top.
We're going to see Tariq next, I reckon.
Oh, soon, surely. Abrar in again, just cramping Kishan for room this time. He pulls to mid-wicket, there is no run.
Did you see the video of the Indian players practicing against what would be?
Surya Kumar Yadav was practicing his pause and then delivery. And actually, I noticed the Pakistan players were doing something similar. As Abrar is in, it's a short and pulled out towards deep mid-wicket. Should just be a single on this occasion. It is. So Abrar managed to pull it back somewhat after going for 3 boundaries in a row at the start of these. Marching on at the moment, 65 for 1 after 7 overs. It's been a bit of an exhibition here from Ishan Kishan. I mentioned that he sort of goes under the radar a little bit. Abhishek Sharma, Surya Kumar Yadav, Hardik Pandya, even Tilak Verma, who had some terrific performances in that Asia Cup that India won last year. But Ishan Kishan reminding everybody just how talented he is. Alex Hartley's going to take a break, and Nagaraj, news editor, is going to, ESPN Cricket Info news editor, is going to join me alongside. Pleasure to have you, Nagaraj. Enjoying the match so far?
Yeah, it's amazing, right? No one expected what happened in the power play in a way that, especially the Pakistan bowling those many spinners and those many overs of. I'm sure you've already summarized it.
Shadab Khan is in, and that first ball has been swept out towards deep backward square leg. They'll pick up a single. In fact, they're going to come back for 2. It's a very big ground here at the R.Premadasa. Shadab's first ball was swept quite nicely that by Kishan. He's on to 57 of 32. Sorry, Nagraj.
No worries. It's just the pitch. It is definitely taking a lot of spin, and it is stopping also the first ball that the first wicket that India lost, Abhishek Sharma. He was surprised by not just the ball skidding but also like stopping for a bit and then jumping on him.
Here's Shadab into Kishan, who's gone after this. Got a long way up in the air. Has he got the distance? Oh yes, huge from Ishan Kishan. A big six over mid-wicket. He's stamping his authority on this game, really sending the ball sailing to all parts, looking absolutely invincible. 63 off 33 for him so far. India 73 for 1.
Yeah, I mean, I think Pakistan thought that they could kind of dominate Kishan in the power play because his numbers, yesterday I was checking, his numbers against spin, especially in power play, are very weak. His strike rate is 110 in the innings, and about 12 or 13 innings that he has played in that phase. So Pakistan did come out, but I think Kishan has played this really well. He's kind of picked his targets, and he's we can talk about that later.
Shadab in once more, another flighted delivery, swept by Ishan Kishan out towards the fine leg boundary. It's another 4. Well, it's raining boundaries here at the R.Premadasa Stadium, and they're all coming from the blade of Ishan Kishan. That's his 9th 4 to go along with his 3 sixes. He's on to 67 now of 34. India powering along, going over 10 and over, 77 for 1 off 7.3.
Yeah, and they're feeding him to his strengths.
They really are. Shadab in again, down the track comes Ishan Kishan, drives down towards long on. Shaheen Afridi will field. It's a tumbling stop from him, which allows the Indians back for a couple. In fact, there's a direct hit at the non-striker's end, but he was comfortably home. By then was Tilak Verma at the non-striker's end, who's played a bit of a supporting role here. He's been on, it feels like he's been on 10 off 7 for about 20 minutes. It's barely at the strike.
Yeah, I mean, he also got lucky, right? Didn't he? When Kishan hit him on the pads, he was really lucky not to get injured. But you could see where Kishan is kind of scoring his runs, mostly picking the sweeps of the, I mean, both the wrist spinners. I mean, Abrar, he's really kind of dominated him from the first ball. He knew what the areas that Abrar was going, and all the bad balls. Last match after scoring against Namibia, what he said was like he is targeting bowlers, not every ball. So he's doing that again here today against Pakistan.
Shadab into Kishan, who goes for a switch hit, falls over playing it, but he'll pick up runs. Got a hand to it at backward point, which will prevent the boundary. Saibzada Farhan with the throw. Batters get back for 2. Even when he sort of looks inelegant, he's picking up runs here. Is Ishan Kishan. Very expensive over from Pakistan. 16 of Shadab Khan's first over so far. Just got a little fell to his side as he played it with Kishan, but just sort of rolled through, got to his feet and ran through for a brace. The MC here in the stadium playing to the crowd. Let's go India is the chant. Shadab into Ishan Kishan, back of a length, pulled nicely, but there is protection in the deep. Will they get another 2? They should do. No, the throw comes in from Fahim Ashraf. They opt just for the single. I think Kishan just wants 8 runs off that over. India 82 for 1 after 8 overs. Ishan Kishan has scored about 90% of India's runs so far. 72 of 37 for him. The only batter dismissed so far was Abhishek Sharma. It looked like a very different game after the first over, but now India absolutely galloping here in Colombo. 82 for 1 after 8 overs.
Yeah, and Kishan is like, I mean, since he has come back, made a comeback